I'll raise this up a little bit. God, it's got the corner of the Millennium Falcon in there. Welcome to another episode of... It's not an episode, what am I saying? Frozen Empire. I'm going to start that over again. I forgot the name. Of the Ghostbuster Frozen Empire trailer that just dropped. Ghostbuster. Hey everyone, welcome to a special reaction video from 5 Idiots Talking Toys for the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire trailer that just dropped. Thanks for joining us here on our channel. Please subscribe, like this video, and tell us what you thought about this trailer. And we're going to have a surprise here. We're going to also take a look at the international trailer, which has got additional footage, other shots, and more info on the film. Let's bring in now Brandon Alamo's here. Hello, hello.
Ghostbusters.
Correct. John Walden is here.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
And Christopher is joining us tonight as well. Chris W.
Why am I always last? I'm always picked last.
Oh, I thought you said Chris, not Charles.
Charles has to be last because he's not here. So
You must be a middle child.
John, please make sure that when you edit this episode, do an outtake of all Shane's takes from in the beginning, please.
Please don't. Please don't. I hate that.
He's like, I forgot the name of the movie we're trying to promote.
Yeah.
Well, no, I forgot. Frozen Empire didn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
I'm actually. I've got the name of the main baddie on my screen too because I like that name, but I'm not used to it yet. So we're gonna see who that is in the trailer. Charles is not here. The four of us are going to jump in and give our reactions for this trailer. The U.S. trailer dropped just hours ago, and the international trailer as well. A lot of people don't realize they dropped a pretty different trailer for the international audience. It's all in English and everything, but typically it's a minor difference between the two, from what I understand, and people are excited who know because there's a lot of extra footage in there that's not in the U.S. version. So we're going to take a look at both of those, right, John?
Yeah. And I'm super excited because I haven't seen either one of these.
And then also at the end, there's a Denmark version too because we're so popular in Denmark.
Oh my!
We're going to show a third version in Denmark.
You mean
Huge.
Danish?
Danish.
Denmark version.
There's a Denmark version, also known as Danish version.
Yeah. Chris loves Danish for breakfast: bacon, eggs, and some Danish.
I hope
it's cream cheese.
I'm like John. I also have not seen the trailers, so I'm excited.
The preparation on this show is just
So
I did
pathetic.
it on purpose.
I didn't watch it on purpose. Also,
yeah. No, I know you want to give your initial reaction.
I want to have my initial reaction of watching these.
John thinks this is like Ahsoka, Mandalorian, one of those terrible Star Wars shows.
Garbage.
Okay.
So, real quick, before we jump into this, did you guys enjoy the last Ghostbusters? The first rebooting with some of these young actors in it?
Which one was that? Was
Afterlife?
I have not seen Afterlife.
Didn't see that one either.
I won't watch it. I have no desire to.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing reaction video this is going to be. 3 people who haven't seen the first movie reacting to the trailer for the second movie.
Why would you want to watch that?
Is that the one with the all-female crew?
No,
that's another one.
That's the reboot.
You guys are wanting to give a reaction to this trailer, but you're not willing to watch the movie that came before this.
No, we don't care about that one. We only care about this one.
No, I only like the ones from the 80s.
It got really good reviews, right?
Oh, I know.
It's the kid from Stranger Things and all that.
It's the one kid from Stranger Things. I believe it's Paul Rudd.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That one I've had no desire to watch. I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I had no desire. But the all-female one, I could tell you, I'm never watching that one.
That one does not really exist.
Yeah, it does.
No, it was somebody made it up. It was like a rumor.
Really?
Right. Does not exist. Nobody's seen that one.
It's kind of like that Sinbad movie, Kazam.
Yeah, it's the what is it? The butterfly effect, the Mandela effect. What is that? Yeah.
I might watch that other one you mentioned today after this, just to watch it.
Afterlife.
Yeah. John, you may want to edit out this part because anybody that had any interest in watching our reaction to this video has already closed out the window.
That's usually how it works.
I had no expectation that you were all going to say, no, I haven't seen that, and I will never in my life watch it. I hate you.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's two extremes. Either you can be, fully read in and do your research and have, all the topics, informed, or you can just do what we do and just do no research, walk into it cold or whatever. If you're half-assing it, no one's going to watch.
There's a reason why we're reviewing this one and watching this one. And the answer is because it's vintage. The guys from the 80s are in it, and it's going to be good.
Even
the
though
other ones, who cares?
Even though they're AI because they're mostly dead. But whatever.
How dare you?
Well, there were some guest appearances in the last one. You guys need to go watch that movie. I wouldn't steer you wrong.
Okay.
Is it as amazing as Ghostbusters 1, the original? No. Is it I don't know, is it like third best after the second one? Yeah. I mean, there's only so many, right?
Is it better than Mandalorian season 3?
Absolutely.
All right, let's jump into this trailer, guys.
All
right. So John, you're going to queue up the US version first.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that, and there's an interesting narrator to this one. And then we'll see the difference with the presentation and all the footage of the international version.
All right.
Let's hit it.
I've been waiting 40 years for this. They called themselves Ghostbusters. According to these hacks, they saved the world. No eyewitnesses. And who is found to carry the torch? Descendants of Egon Spengler. You have a miner hanging out the side of a moving vehicle, firing a laser gun indiscriminately.
Has a proton pack.
It's completely safe.
I wouldn't say completely safe.
The Ghostbusters are finished. Right, well, overruled.
Sustained.
Thank you.
You the weird guy who buys strange old things?
Correct on both counts.
Buddy, you just hit the jackpot.
What is it?
Better question is, what's inside of it?
The parables tell of an unimaginable evil commanding an army of ghosts. With the power to kill by fear itself.
Like, literally scared to death?
We might be looking at a second ice age.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Can I be of any help?
Hey.
Melnitz in uniform! Yes!
If there's something strange, if there's something weird, who are people gonna call?
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
We're the Ghostbusters. Can I tell you something else? What? Buster makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
Heads up! It's all dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Ooh, March 22nd.
I can't hear Shane.
Me neither.
I can't hear Shane either.
Oh, I'm on mute. See, I was being respectful while the trailer's playing. March 22nd, less than 2 months to go. Official trailer. There were some teasers, I believe, and lots to unpack there. What are your guys? I did see it earlier today when it released. What's the initial reaction you guys had?
It looks good. I'm going to say it looks good. I'm hopeful for this.
I think it looks awesome. I'm hopeful for it. It looks dark, which is what I want to see. I don't want to see like more of like a kid's version, it looks like a darker version. So I think it's going to be good. I'm hoping it is.
You let me just respond to that real quick. You really do have to watch Afterlife then, because this is the exact same tone. There's a couple of jokes peppered in, but it is not a kiddie, comedy goofy movie. It's a serious movie. The special effects in this trailer look on par with the last one. They're seriously decent effects.
So Afterlife. Before I say what I think about this, Afterlife, did that have the old characters in it as well?
It had an appearance. I'm not sure if it was mid-film or towards the second half of the film. Dan Aykroyd makes an appearance, not Bill Murray, and I can't remember if Winston was in there or not, because I've only seen the movie once, and I did see it,
Egon?
A year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that.
Is Egon dead?
Egon's dead.
Egon's dead.
Howard Ramis is no longer with us, so...
Yeah, his son, Jason, is it Jason Ramis? I can't remember. But his son is the one who's like the producer or something of this film, or a director.
Well, no, Ivan Reitman.
Oh, okay,
was the producer, and his son Jason Reitman.
Reitman, okay.
I believe is involved.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know. I'm trying to leave my Star Wars bias behind on this, because whenever I see a movie like this, like a reboot, it's not a reboot, but it's like in continuation, or it's a sequel or a prequel. I tend to feel like some of these movies are should be left alone. Mm-hmm. And obviously Star Wars had a story to tell, so they had to bring episodes 7, 8, and 9 in, and they didn't do the old characters justice and all that. So I'm just hoping that with this, they do it justice, and that they're not just stringing along the franchise just to make money. That's my only reservation about this. Like, I know this has nothing to do with this, but I saw that they were making Top Gun 3. And it's like, leave it alone, man. You said one was amazing, 2 was even better. Just leave it alone.
Because Top Gun 2 made a ton of money.
Yeah,
That's
but now
$1 billion.
Come on, man. Leave it alone. And it's just a money grab at the end of the day.
Listen,
so my reaction is like, I hope this isn't a money grab, because they're trying to get all the old people in to see like the original. It looks cool. The special effects look awesome. I hope that seeing some of these old guys isn't just putting them there to bring in some of the older crowd. I hope they have more of a part in the movie, unlike Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford. They were just there to appease the masses. I hope that this is something different. I love the way it looks. I just hope that we get to see a lot of them in the movie, and that it ties it all together.
Just to be clear, there is a big difference between reboot and remake. And reboot, I think, gets used incorrectly and gets used too loosely whenever they remake a movie. Bring back a franchise and tell the story all over again. This truly is a reboot. They're rebooting up the the last movie I'm talking about. They rebooted up the franchise, brought back the same storyline. There was no reinventing the storyline. There was no doing away with previous characters or things that happened. It was, 40 years in the future of picking up the storyline, and this is doing the same from the last movie. So I appreciate that. It's always great to see the old actors in a rebooted franchise, if it's done well, of course.
Just remember, Brandon, this is not made by Disney. It's not political, so it's going to be good. Honestly, that's how I feel nowadays, is that when Disney is touching something, they're kind of ruining it, in my opinion. The fact that they're not touching this, I actually have high hopes of this.
Well, I mean, we'll see at the end of it if you're like, whatever. But I always get skeptical about these movies where it's like they're just trying to bring the old guys back to make money. And
this doesn't feel like a money grab.
And I'm all for it. But if it's like I
don't know.
When you see the first movie, you'll realize it doesn't feel like a money grab. It does feel... it doesn't feel like it's slapped together. It's years in the making, this movie.
I think the 3 of the 4 of us have homework to do, and we need to watch the Afterlife one to see what the deal is. So, and
you remember all the old news over all the 90s, 2000s. They were the powers that be that were behind the script. Dan Aykroyd, I mean, because he wrote the original. They were trying to get Bill Murray to sign on to do 3.
Yeah,
and he was willing to some degree, and every script that he looked at, he turned him down. He was not happy with the script from what I read. Could be a little off there, but getting him, and then they didn't get him into the first movie, I don't believe. So now getting him into this, maybe he saw how well the first one did, the Afterlife, but getting him back for this movie is a real, is a real win for fans and a win for the people behind the movie, because they've been trying for 35 years to get him into another one. So
you can only tell so much by looking at a coming attraction or a preview. It doesn't look like Shane said slapped together. It actually looks like it has a legit storyline.
Yeah.
It looks like hopefully it should be good.
I
kind of tell when things are just like,
I hope it's really good, because
glued
in that
together.
case,
So
then I'll watch it. Like I'm beyond the age where I go to the movie theater the night that things come out, except for maybe Star Wars or whatever, because I don't want to hear about the storyline the next day. But this is probably one I'll let sit in the movie theater for a little while, if I even go to the movie theater to watch it. It depends on, if someone's like, hey, you need to watch it in the movie theater, special effects are amazing, I'll be like, okay, I'll go watch it there. But it's probably one of those ones that I'll watch at home. And if you guys are like, no, it's amazing, like you need to go see it, then I hope it's like that.
And I'll tell you another thing to keep in mind is the fact that they have Paul Rudd in the series. I mean, that really lends a lot of credibility, in my opinion. There's a lot of named celebrities out there, named actors, that they could get into an older franchise and go, we got a name, it's something. Paul Rudd, he doesn't really do bad movies. Paul Rudd is one of those actors where if you like anything he's been in, you're pretty much willing to see anything he puts out, because he doesn't put out poor movies. He puts out movies that are funny, or superhero movies, comedies.
Does he play Ant-Man in this movie?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. But I mean, that lends some real credence to the film too. It's not just bringing back a bunch of 75-year-old guys and the kid from Stranger Things. I mean, you've got some good people in the film. So let's talk a little bit about the trailer.
My daughter loves him.
Yeah, my wife loves him.
I love him.
The Stranger Kids. He was
Jason Bateman and Paul Rudd. Those are her guys.
I mean the kid from Stranger Things, not Paul Rudd.
Oh, Wolfgang Puck.
Wolfart.
Yeah.
Wolfarts. He was at Disneyland last time we went, and my daughter was like stalking him. He was walking around and in the lines, and she's like, "Oh my god, it's Wolfarts."
Well, let's talk a little bit about the trailer. We don't have to go through it piece by piece by any means, but John, maybe throw the trailer up while we're talking a little bit. Maybe even we could turn the sound down or something. Okay. We don't have to have it blaring, but just give us some visual, some really cool stuff that I saw. This was the second time or actually the third time I think I saw this. And the main ghost, its name is Garaka, and there's already a pop out there, or a pop coming out. And there's toys around the film already. They're going to be releasing a 5-inch toy line around this movie.
They're going to do what?
They're going to be releasing a 5-inch toy line.
They already released. I had a couple of them for sale on the page.
Okay.
But I sold them. They were the 5 or 6 inch line from Afterlife, I'm assuming, because it had the kid from. It had like the older versions of. Well, actually, it had the older version of what's his name, Bill Murray. So
okay.
I don't know.
John, let's get the trailer up and just we'll talk over it. But
I've been waiting 40 years for this.
Just to even
who's the voiceover on that?
The voiceover is the guy who was the inspector in the original Ghostbusters. He's also the one that's in the reporter in Die Hard.
To carry the torch?
He's been in a lot of 80s movies.
You have a miner hanging out the side of a moving
But you've got the Ecto one. You can see if you've seen that's the guy right there.
I wouldn't say completely safe.
Is that James Caan?
Okay, yeah.
His name is what's his name?
James Caan.
No.
James Caan's dead.
You the weird guy who buys strange old things?
Looks just like him.
Correct on both counts.
Buddy, you just hit the jackpot.
All right, I'm gonna turn this. Can I turn this down a little bit? I don't know if that's not the one playing.
Is it too loud still?
Yeah. I don't even want to hear it. I want to talk over and just see a visual. So right there, you've got the I want to run this. This is Garaka here, and he finds these horns. His horns, apparently. I read up on it a little bit. And I don't know if his power comes from the horns or whatever, but somebody's displaying them as an artifact. He gets them, he plugs them into his head, and like off away he goes. That was a really cool shot, though, if I can play that. Like, he takes them off and puts the horns back in his head. But the whole thing about this is everything's around frozen and cold and an ice age coming with these ghosts. And apparently they bring that sphere into... Well, let me just pause this for a second. What they show you is the Ghostbusters now have an R&D facility. And that's where they're researching the ghosts, and there's more, they have more people involved in the business. And so somebody brings in, Nanjimi, the actor, brings in that golden globe, and that's got the power inside of it, and he starts being able to wake up all the other ghosts that are in the containment unit, and all hell breaks loose because he can get through that containment unit. And so everything is about, Frozen Empire. Everything's about all the icicles coming through the beach and everything freezing over. It looks really cool with all the special effects.
I didn't get that from the trailer.
Yeah, I was interested enough that I looked up and read a little bit about some of the storyline.
Do you know who does the special effects for this? Was this ILM?
I don't know.
I know some of the guys from ILM did the original movies.
Mm-hmm.
Check this out, though. Let me run this back for a second. Check out what happens here. This one girl, who I don't know who she is, has the proton pack. This thing is freezing the proton beam in the middle of the air.
Yeah.
If you notice that, it's pretty sweet. Right in there, her whole beam is getting frozen up, and then you'll see in the other trailer there's a little bit more of that clip. So we can roll that in a second, but they, sometimes films don't come up with that great of looking of a major bad guy in the film, and that looks pretty beastly. And then of course we got Slimer.
Slimer comes out.
Slimer had to be in it.
Yeah.
Was he in the other one, Shane?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. I believe he made an appearance, real quick, just like the original. It's a real quick kind of appearance.
Yeah, I'm happy that they're putting in an IMAX too, and gives us a chance to really experience the. Yeah, maybe I will go see it.
Yeah. I love a good movie, a good action movie in IMAX.
I would have liked to have seen maybe Sigourney Weaver and who was the other guy, the short guy?
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. If Rick Moranis made an appearance, I mean, people would go nuts.
Oh God, to do it with Sigourney in there, I'd be there night of.
All right, so let's throw up the international trailer. Feel free to call out if you see anything different that you want to call attention to, because we're going to take a look at this and then wrap things up, I think.
We've all had experiences and encounters with the unknown and the unexplainable. Here, we pay top dollar for your possessed possessions.
That's the bookstore.
Okay, this makes more sense.
Very interesting.
Yep.
Have it for 40.
I've never seen anything like this at all. 60.
All over New York City, ghost attacks are on the rise.
This is a much better trailer, in my opinion.
Yeah. And we are the only ones equipped to fight back. Welcome to the new Paranormal Research Center.
Oh, yeah.
You just let ghosts hang out in here?
We've spent 40 years trapping them. Now we can study them.
He's cute.
Yeah.
That thing's name is called Pukey, apparently.
Strange things have been occurring. We think it's commanding of the spirits.
Is something trying to get out?
Many things.
You could be looking at a full-bore army of ghosts with the power to kill by fear itself.
Like literally scared to death?
That's messed up.
And that's still literally the same ghost from the library. It's a throwback.
We stay and fight for this place.
Suit up. Shoot anything that looks terrifying.
That orb is prophesizing to bring about the end of humankind.
The second ice age.
Look at the icicles.
That's way better.
Exclusively in cinemas.
So much better than the American version.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that they would be so different, but you get to see a bit more in that one. I mean, if you combine the two, you get to see it quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay, this is what the story is.
Yeah, it just makes a lot more sense now going into it of what it's going to be like.
It kind of gives you an idea.
I feel like I don't need to watch. I already know what's happening.
Kind of gives you an idea of what the media expects of the American people. You know, just
they definitely slipped some more jokes in
and jokes and.
I mean, I'm shocked that like the one felt like you said like kind of like a comedy scene, and this one actually felt like a setup for a movie.
Yeah,
especially the tall, dark, and horny comment, which was in the American version, but I don't remember seeing it in the Danish version.
No, the Danish version. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah.
All right. Please, if you like what we're doing here, if you like any of the videos on our channel, please subscribe to the channel here on YouTube and support us. We appreciate it. You can also go to patreon.com/5idiotstalkingtoys. Guys, any other reactions before we wrap for the international version? Anything you saw there? I loved seeing that zoom in of that girl's face, her eyeball or eyelashes start freezing up.
Yeah.
You seeing that creep into her body. That's crazy. It makes me think of movies like what was that called, 2012 or something like that. The one where the kids are in New York City and they're like in the public library and the whole world's freezing over.
Yeah, with Jake Gyllenhaal, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so it was like the freezing temperature creeping into the different rooms. Yeah.
The Day After Tomorrow.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
2012 was something else.
Day
After Tomorrow.
2012 was John Cusack, right?
It was another disaster movie, right?
2012, I think, is a John Cusack one, like John said.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm excited. I'm with Brandon. I don't know that I'll run out to the theater to see that, but that's because I don't get to the theater for many movies these days.
Yeah, I don't.
So
I don't
IMAX
either.
might pull me in.
There's very few movies that'll get me out there. I mean, mainly because I just don't have the time now. That
Exactly. Yeah.
With the family and all that, I don't have the time to get out to the movies. But
I have to believe those mini marshmallows, those mini Stay Puffs are going to be a big seller with toys and plush and things like that, right?
Yeah.
There's
very
always
few movies
those
that'll get me out there to go see, and if it's like you have to go see it in a theater, then I'll go see it.
Yeah.
Or if it's like a staple, like some kind of Star Wars movie or something like that, I'll do that. But I'm talking once or twice a year, maybe, if that.
I go to the movies a lot more, but I go see horror stuff. Something like this, I probably wouldn't watch in the theater. I just watch it at home.
Yeah.
Only because also my kids are so young. A 4-year-old is not going to go watch this movie.
Yeah. I mean, we can. My son has watched the original Ghostbusters because it was more kiddie friendly, I think.
Right.
But he also watches Alien with me, so I mean, and that doesn't freak him out. So,
is it worth throwing up on the screen real quick the early toys that are out? I have a screen up here.
Sure.
And then we're going to wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is courtesy of ghostbusternews.com. So this website is following all Ghostbuster merch and media and whatnot. There's a new Ecto 1 with Slimer there. This is a Zap and Blast Proton Blaster.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, how about we add that to the stage?
There we go.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, look at that. So, new Frozen Empire Ecto 1 and a Proton Blaster, Zap and Pack Proton Blaster. So, something that kids, and I know my kids' age, would have fun with that. And here's some photos of it.
Look at that.
Yeah, who does that bull-headed guy look like?
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Like, what is that?
Probably could have gotten a better picture for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
They
I don't know, but so I guess
maybe
those are only
kid using it instead.
Here's
they got this
Slimer.
Some.
That's actually
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, the Slimer looks good.
Yeah.
I know my son got the new Ghostbuster truck or car that came out like a couple of years ago. So he would definitely be into this.
Oh, the classics.
So these are going to continue into 2024, I guess. So you might see some of the new characters creep into some of these other revived toy lines.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were possibly going to release like the Plasma series.
Yeah, so, all right. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty more. I know there's a bunch of pops already coming out, already revealed for the movie, of course. So that's going to do it for 5 Idiots Talking Toys reaction to the 2 Ghostbusters Frozen Empire trailers that came out today. One for the U.S. audience and one for the international. Huge in Denmark right now for the Danish trailer.
Yeah, huge.
So make sure you check that out. We will drop the links for both trailers, John, in the description, and folks can check out those trailers for themselves. Hit us in the comments after you like this video and let us know which trailer did you prefer and what things do you like and not like from the trailer. What are you looking forward to most? Is this a movie you're going to run to the theater for? Will you seek out IMAX, or will you just, catch it on your couch when it makes it into the home theater?
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time on 5 Idiots Talking Toys. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your collecting hunts.
And
thank you.
Who you gonna call?
Brandon.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Well, okay.